Hello, good morning, traders. Welcome to our morning market update and live trading session for Thursday, September 8th of 2017. This is George Papazov, TRADEPRO Academy. I'm in Bulgaria today. As you guys can see, there's a little bit of a different backdrop. It's a really beautiful two-story condo here, or loft, as you would say. A really nice wraparound balcony in the main city here of Bulgaria. I'm going to do a little video and post it on YouTube. I'm getting some footage, so I'll share that with you guys in the next couple of days to about a week. But today we got some stuff to talk about, all right? In today's session, we're going to talk about the big amount of economic news and releases that are on the calendar for today's session, and it already started. There's a lot of data. And then we're going to look at the Trump tax plan and how it could help the U.S. dollar along with some other assets that you may not assume it would help or hurt, all right? So that's what we're going to talk about. It's going to be the bulk of our session. Then we're going to slip into the trading room, and we're going to open up some key levels. We're going to talk about some areas and some trade setups before the bell. We're going to do our usual 1, 2, 3, where we set up 3 trades that we like and we just wait for the first one to happen. That's literally all the trading is just having the patience to get your trade set up and make some money. There's a fiance in the background. Oh, hi. The fiance is in the background waltzing by. So you might as well say hi now. Hi, says the fiance. All right. In Asia, Japan's up 0.5%. Hong Kong's down 0.8%. China's down 0.2%. India's up 0.4%. It's all right. You can go behind there. In Europe at midday, London's down 0.2%. Paris is up 0.1%. Frankfurt's up 0.3%. Futures here in the morning, Dow Jones is flat. S&P 500 is flat. NASDAQ's flat. And crude oil is up 1.1% to 52.72. Gold price are down 0.1% to 1287.10. So that's a little bit below our support level of 1291 that we were targeting for. And I think we still get a little bit more downside in the next couple moments. Well, not a couple moments, but the next couple days to the week. So I'm not ready to buy gold yet, but it's coming up to that time where I'm going to start looking for an opportunity to get into a long gold trade. Our subscribers will hear about that first. Fiance's gone now. I had one live audience member and they left me. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? 10-year Treasury yield up 3 basis points to 2.34. That's the strongest it's been in a long time. We'll talk about that as well. This morning at 8:30, we had Q2 GDP out of the United States, and it came out at 3.1% versus an expectation of 3.0. That's a beat, all right? That's a strong final U.S. GDP quarter number. And Donald Trump recently said, as early as yesterday, 3% or more means that 12 million jobs will be created in the U.S. So that's his target. He's flagged his entire presidency to that GDP number in the markets, which is great in a rally, but can hurt on the downside. All right, at 8:30, we also had international trade in goods down 62.9 billion versus minus 65 billion expected. Okay, so that trade number has decreased. The negative trade balance has decreased. That's a good thing for the country. Exports were 128.9 billion versus 127.1. So exports are up about a 1.25%. Actually, almost 1.5, 1.4. And imports are down 0.2%. So the United States is exporting more and importing less, which is in line with the Trump agenda. Okay, the prior trade balance was also revised lower, so that's bullish for the stock market. It's bullish for the economy. So far we've had a great GDP number this morning. We have also had great international trade goods report. What else do we have? Well, we have initial jobless claims that came out at 272,000 today at 8:30 versus 269,000 expected and 260,000 prior. All right, so essentially that's in line with expectation, but slightly higher than the market would have liked. That's a little bit of a ding on the momentum, but the GDP number and trade goods are still more important for the time being. Okay, this morning we have at 9:45 Fed's Esther George speaking on monetary policy and economic outlook. So that's at 9:45, as well as the Bloomberg Consumer Comfort Index. That's also at 9:45. And then at 10 a.m., we have Fed Stanley Fischer speaking, who's also an FOMC voting member. All right, 10:30, we have natural gas inventory numbers. We're going to trade that in the group, but we trade it pretty actively. 11 a.m., we have Kansas City Fed manufacturing survey. 1 p.m., we have results of a $28 billion 7-year note auction. 1:30, we have Raphael Bostic from the Atlanta Fed. He is the president there. He's speaking from the Federal Reserve. 3 p.m., we have farm prices. 4:30, we got money supply, and 4:30, we also got Fed balance sheet. I told you it's going to be a crazy morning, but if I could sum up all this craziness for you, it's a pretty bullish start so far to the equity markets in the United States. And when I say bullish, I mean, yeah, it sold off a little bit, but there's some positive news that could start to bid up the market a little bit. All right. But the next things to watch for are Esther George's speech at 9:45, natural gas inventories at 10:30, and the 1:30 p.m. address by Atlanta Fed president. Okay, that's kind of the important events. Now let's talk about President Trump. Yesterday, his administration announced this new tax plan that had 3 different tax brackets for consumers. Who's going to be the one that benefits from this tax overhaul? It's obviously going to be the wealthier individuals and corporations. Now, I agree with the corporate sector. I do believe that small businesses, corporations are the bread and butter of any economy. If small businesses are winning, everything else is winning. And yesterday, the Russell led the way higher based on this type of sentiment, because traders said, hey, good tax reform that benefits corporations will benefit smaller businesses as well. And the Russell took off to the upside. We've seen that momentum reverse. However, he called for lower corporate and personal tax rates, which was great. It's a great tax plan. Democrats fought it and said it's an amazing plan. However, how are we going to finance it? Our budget is already at a state where we're disagreeing on how to continue to go forward. We're running out of money to fund all these nice little free handouts. And this tax reform is definitely going to be budget negative. It's not neutral. It's going to have to come out of another source of revenue. Something else is going to have to suffer. All right. One of the proposals by Donald Trump was to offer a one-off low tax benefit for companies to bring their money from overseas into the United States. This process is called repatriation. So think about Apple, who's got over $300 million in cash outside of the country. So what would Apple have to do? Let's say they have their accounts scattered across the world in key markets such as Ireland. Ireland's a very low tax haven, low rate tax haven. There's something called the double Dutch, the Irish. There's all these different names for accounting slogans and terms. All they mean is tax neutralization, minimization is the idea behind it. This means that companies abroad will bring their money back to the United States at a one-time opportunity for a lower tax rate. What does that create? If you start to put your thinking cap on, that creates a buying opportunity for the US dollar, because these companies coming into the United States and exchanging their currencies from British pounds, from Japanese yen, from key markets around the world, from euros, they'll be selling those currencies and buying the US dollar to bring that money home for that repatriation tax credit. That's one of the reasons the US dollar got excited and continues to be excited. So on that news, resistance of the US dollar overhead. This is the US dollar index, about 93.85. All right, that's an overhead resistance, and downside support. You could start to look at some opportunities to get long at about 92.35. There's a lot of chop there. There's a lot of volume that's invested, and that will ultimately act as a support. Below there, you're going to wipe out some stops before trying the upside again. So 92.35 is your support on the US dollar index. So what does that mean? It means let it cool off a little bit, but you could start to buy dollars and sell other currencies like euros, pounds, yens, etc. And also, in addition to what Donald Trump said, the other very bullish US dollar aspect has been the fact that the Federal Reserve and Janet Yellen said, you know what, we have no clue what's happening with inflation. And I'm not making this up. This is how she said it. We're confused by inflation. We're perplexed. It's a mystery to us why we're not getting higher inflation. What does Janet Yellen says? She says we don't need inflation to be at 2%. The Federal Reserve's #1 goal, all right, this is the prime reason they exist. It's not to steal money. They can make a lot of jokes there, but their #1 goal is to control the inflation. All right, inflation is their key monetary target. Janet Yellen just said, forget inflation, forget our goals, forget the tools we have. I'm hiking rates anyways. That was the tone, and a lot of traders dismissed her tone and said, she's not, doesn't really mean it. It was a hawkish statement, but I don't think they're going to raise again this year, the Federal Reserve. But remember, Janet Yellen still has one big meeting in December as vice chairwoman, or not chairwoman, but not vice chair, chairwoman to the Federal Reserve, before she may be replaced by Donald Trump by another chairperson of the Federal Reserve in January of 2018. So you have to take her at face value. If there's one more rate hike coming, the market's been hawkish, which means we expect interest rates to go up. Yields are absolutely skyrocketing. All right, that's why the US dollar is winning. That's why gold is getting hammered to the ground. And what you want to see in this trade is, will it continue? And I'm going to do a nice article for you guys today. We'll be sure to post in the description as soon as it's updated. We'll be sure to share it with you on our website, on our blog. So I encourage you to follow us on the blog. I'm going to do an article to show you what's the one driver that pushes the US dollar up and how you could track what's going to happen next with this one simple tool that you could add to your chart. It's mind-blowing. It's mind blasting. So currency traders get excited. Futures traders also get excited. Traders rejoice. Any questions you guys have, pop it in the comments box. We thank you guys. We appreciate you for viewing in and tuning into our material. Please like, comment, and share, and spread the word for what we're doing. We love having you guys on board, and we hope you love getting this information on a daily basis. Take care. Have yourselves a great day. Watch for that US dollar bid. Any pullbacks will probably be getting bought into. US markets on a slight bid this morning. They're losing some ground, but there's some bullish sentiment in there. So watch on the open at 9:30. I think we try to take it upwards again as this Trump trade starts to reinflate and we start to see some more upside opportunities. Have a great trading day. I got to go open the trading room and share some levels. It's time to get out there and trade. Put the money where the mouth is. Good luck. All the best. I'll see you guys tomorrow at our morning market update at 9 a.m. Eastern. And if you have any questions, I'm here for you in the comment box. Myself, Don, or anyone on our team, more than happy to help out. You guys take care. Have a good day. Good luck. Good trading. Manage risk. Trading room, hang tight. Let me get you started in here. Let's talk about some levels and some trades for the day. Take care, guys, and have a good day.